Hi, welcome back to Hamworldonline. This is Santiago, Hotel India 8 Oscar. I had to cut short the previous video because I had some technical issue, but now everything is solved. So I'm gonna be doing some FT8 contacts while I explain to you about my remote setup at my remote station. And if you have any question, please let me know in the chat so I can answer them. Like I was saying previously in the earlier video, I operate remotely mainly into my Flex 6400 radio, which I normally use for FT8 digital modes and some phone. And also I have a backup radio, which is a Yaesu FT991, the non-A model, which I use as a backup and also to do some 2 meters with that radio. I also have a Tuner Genius XL from Ranco for Oscar 3 Alpha, which I also operate remotely without any issue. I have the Antenna Genius also for my antenna setup. I will be incorporating very shortly the Rotator Genius from Ranco as well. So I can operate the antennas, the rotator, and the radio and the tuner, everything remotely, either with accessing the computer at the remote station or with my iPad or iPhone as well. Also, I have the main PC at the main computer at the remote station is a Mac Mini 4 computer, and also I have a Windows PC as a backup computer. But the one I use the most is the Mac Mini. And I was also showing you different windows I use at the Mac Mini. I'm going to show you once again just to make sure if anyone didn't have the chance to view it in the first video. This is the radio window or the radio desktop that I can, as I call it. Here I have the Smart SDR for macOS software with the radio controls. Also, I have TGXL applications down here and the Antenna Genius applications down here. I will usually open this window here. I can, like I was saying before, I can tune the antenna with the TGXL application by hitting the tune button. Also, I can tune the antenna within the radio controls of Smart SDR for macOS over here. And like I was saying also earlier, as when I change antennas, the Antenna Genius changes for the antenna dedicated to that band. For example, right now I'm at 20 meters, which is the Explorer 14 Yagi antenna. If I go, for example, to 6 meter, you can see there the FT8 frequency for 6 meter. The antenna changed to the 5 elements Yagi that I use for 6 meter, which is Yankee Uniform 7 Echo Foxtrot model, homemade. If I go, for example, to 30 meters, which is a work band, the antenna will change to the Delta 3 Whiskey dipole that I use for 12, 17, and 30. If I go, for example, 80 meters, the antenna will change to the end-fed dipole that I use for 80, 160, and 60 meters. So let's get back to 20 meters now. And the antenna changed back to the Explorer 14. I also have a dummy load in the number 5 position that As you can see there, if I want to do some testing or transmit for some testing or setting up anything, I just select the dummy load and I have no issues sending QRM to the frequencies. That's the radio part of the software. Right now, if we go to the other window, which is the logger, the login window, I use MatLogger DX, as you can see, from Dog Park software. For me, it's by far the best login system that I use so far. And I tried them all, believe me. And the main window, the one that I usually has operating, is the where I have the JTDX, which is the software I use for FT8. I prefer JTDX rather than the WSJTX because I find that the JTDX has more decoding capabilities than the other one. Right by the side, I have the grid tracker call roster. And over here, I have a minimized grid tracker map. If I need to look anything at the map or some settings for grid tracker, I just click grid tracker and it will open up the map. And whatever information I need, I want to look, or any setup that I want to, settings that I want to set up. If not, or when I'm done, I just click back JTDX and it will bring back the JTDX windows. Just a quick tip, if you're using a grid tracker and you want to get rid of this menu over here at the right side, just look for the title of the software, what it says grid tracker, click on it, and it will hide the menu. You will have a full map display on your screen. If you want to see the menu again, just click over here and you have your menu back. So that's a quick tip for using grid tracker. And also, if you use grid tracker and you have multiple radios, or if you're like me and using a flex radio, you have multiple instances of JTDX operating, and you have a lot of stations in the call roster, you can look for a compact mode in grid tracker. You just click settings over here, look for where it says compact mode, click on it, and as you can see, there's another view, another kind of view for call roster. You can fill more stations in the call roster. It will be by bands. The colors will be by bands, and it will also remain the highlighted of the on work or wanted stations, as you can see it here. If you want the normal view, just click settings again, go to roster mode, and there you go. You have your normal view. Okay, remember, if you have any questions or any advice or want to know something about my remote station, just put it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Let's move to 10 meters. See if we can work some 10 meters, maybe a few QSOs while we get the questions coming. As you can see, no NEO DXCC on display or not wanted states. But let's see if we can work United Nations headquarters for Uniform 1, Uniform November. Let's see if we can work it. From time to time, while I'm transmitting, as you will see later in a few seconds, I like to move from one window to another to verify everything is working. As you can see, I'm transmitting right now. So I move normally to the SDR window. I can see that I have a signal coming out. Everything is fine. SWR, it's fine. So I go back to JTDX and just wait for the other station to respond or move to another station if I don't get the QSOs. Right now, my antenna is pointing to between Africa and Europe because I'm in between rotators right now. So I don't have a rotator currently working at my station right now. But nevertheless, in FT8, I get a lot of stations regardless of where I point my antenna to. I'm not getting any answer from United Nations station, so he's working Papa Yankee right now. Normally, I'll transmit 3 or 4 times to a specific station. If I don't get any answer by the 3rd or 4th transmission, I move on to another station, unless it's a wanted DXCC or something like that. But right now, I'll just stop transmitting because I'm not getting any answer from United Nations headquarters. Okay, he did answer. While I'm in the QSO, I like to see the logger view window just to confirm that the radio is getting the information. You can see there for uniform 1, uniform November. Now I'll go back to the JTDX window and see if I can close that QSO. Okay, click OK. And that QSO is already done. I'll see I'm seeing a Charlie Echo station also calling back. Let's wait for the program to respond to the Chile station. I see a POTA station. I will get back to the POTA station in a moment once I complete the QSO with Chile that is calling me. If he doesn't call back within the next transmission cycle, I will try to contact the POTA stations. Okay, there you go. Like I say, normally I go to a login window. You can see that the Chile station is now the last station, and for you, 1UN is the before last station. Go back to JTDX, disable transmit, so I can wait for the POTA station to come back, call CQ, and I'll try to reach it again. While we wait for the POTA station, another Chile station calling. That's working. I was saying before, I also have an antenna disconnect system with an actuator that I can connect and disconnect my antennas remotely with a power switch, and also using no rate. This is very handy when we get some thunderstorm or something like that. because in a remote station, it's the main thing is you have to be able to turn things on and off, but also you have to make it as safe as you can. And one of the safety issues is always disconnecting the antenna in case of a thunderstorm or something like that. Okay, he didn't get my 73s. Let's try again. I'm gonna make a pause, show you a secondary window that I have once I close this QSO. I have a second monitor on the remote station. Okay, now I got, but I have a KD3 BSD calling back. It's working before I go show you the secondary monitor that I have at the station. I always like to have two monitors for each computer. The Mac Mini at the station has two monitors, and the Windows PC, which is the backup computer, also has two monitors. Okay, here we go, 73s, thank you very much. Because I like to operate with a lot of programs running at the same time. And Windows monitors real estate is a plus for me. Okay, let's see if no one has called me. Then I'll move to the secondary monitor to show you. Okay. Let's move for a second to the second monitor. As you can see, I have a second monitor where I'll have World Radio League login system that I like to have a separate logbook. I use World Radio League logbook. Also, I have a browser with QRZ and PSK reported also. As you can see, let me put 10 meters, which is the band I'm working at, send or receive. That's the way I can confirm how are the band conditions and how well my signal is traveling. As you can see, I'm being copied all throughout the world. My antenna is pointing east in this case, but I've been here in north, south, and west as well. And the other main thing that I usually have open is my DLI power switch from Digital Logger. This is very important if you are trying to work with a remote station. You have to have something that you can turn on and off everything quickly and secure. I have this DLI power switch for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's working without any issues. From here, I can turn on and off my Flex remote, my DCU2 remote control, rotator control box, the Jackmaster, which is the main power supply, my Raspberry Pi, which is running at the remote station. Also, I have a Mac monitor, a separate monitor that I can turn on and off remotely. And this is the disconnect antenna system that I was mentioned. I use 3 sockets for it. One for the relay power, one for disconnecting the antenna, and one for connecting the antenna. So whether I wanted to disconnect or connect, I first turn on the power for the relay, and I turn the power on or off, either disconnect or connect, depending on which one is that I want to do. And that way I can connect or disconnect my antennas quickly. Also, I have Node-RED dashboard that I was doing a long time ago. Hopefully it will work. It's not okay. It's coming. As you can see, I have some flex radio controls, but also the power switch control right here. I have also the rotator control, which is, right now it's not working because I'm in between rotator. From here, I can monitor my radio, my Raspberry Pi, everything that is connected to an IP address and the internet. I can monitor if it is working, if it is connected to the internet, and also in case of the Mac Mini and the PC, also the temperature of the equipment. And also have a few extra like solar data and solar index, things like that. But the most important part is this one, which is the power switch. And also I have a node-RED flow that I can take from the weather. Here I have a weather flow working that whenever this here shows thunderstorm, right now it's raining, light rain on the remote station. But if this is turning to a thunderstorm, that this LED light will turn red, and automatically it will trigger the power switch flow, which will then, as you can see there, whether it's raining, it's still yellow. If it goes to red, then all the radio and everything will turn off automatically, and the antenna will disconnect also automatically. If this goes to red, which means thunderstorm. Okay, let's get back to the main monitor. Okay, I have a post station here. Let's see if I can work some product. How much? Let's see. How much data do you have to perform that automation? Actually, it is very easy. It's not that demanding. For example, I am not a computer technician. I'm not programmer. I'm a regular lawyer, and I was able to automate with Node-RED a lot of things very easily. We have a Node-RED group in groups.io, which is very helpful. Everything is a lot of the automations are already made by someone else, and we just copy and adapt it to our needs. So there's not too much work into it. And I use my internet into the remote station because it is in a residential area. It's quite good. It is a fiber internet, actually running a fiber with I think it's 30 megabytes per second. So it is a good one because it is in a residential area. But you can work with a lot less than that. This is why it's very important you have a PC, either a PC or a Mac, but you have to have its recommendation from me, have a computer at the remote site, because if you connect to the computers, then all the work is done between the computer at the site and the equipment at the site. So the internet is less demanding that way. Okay, I got the response from the POTA station, so I'm POTA hunting as we speak. I always try to follow the advices from other people that have been doing this for longer than me. Michael Walker, Victor Alpha 3, Mike Whiskey, normally recommends having a PC at the remote station. So that's what I did, and it was good. Okay. The park is already hunt. Let's now get back to the other station that was calling me earlier. Kilo Alpha 10JJ. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before year's end. So I have some work to do. So it can help if you can subscribe and share this channel with your friends as well. Help me get to the 1,000 before December 31st. That's another contact already in the log. I also like to complicate things a little bit. So like I said, I have a second computer running as a backup, but it's also running a copy of Log4rom logger, which is my second or my backup log that I like to have. What I do is I have a grid tracker and JTDX broadcasting to an IP address, and the Windows PC, which is in the same network, gets that broadcast information and also save the QSOs and in Log4rom. So I have one logger in my Mac, one logger in my Windows PC, which is always synced between each other. And I also have a World Radio League as an online logger, also in sync with the other ones. Plus, I have the QRZ log, and of course, I use log of the world as well. Plus, club log 2. So as you can see, I log to all different loggers real time without doing anything. I get all the softwares to work for me. I just click OK. It goes to MacLogger DX. It goes to a World Radio League. It goes to Club Log QRZ and Log of the World without anything else from my end. I'm gonna change bands, see if I can pick up anything in other bands. Let's wait a couple seconds, see if anybody is calling or if anybody will call. Let's see if let me show you something here very quick. As you can see, I'm on antenna 3, which is the Explorer 15 for 10 meters in this case. I'm gonna be moving to 6 meter, see if I can pick anything on 6 meter. But you see, it's now in 6 meter. If I go back to the SDR window, is 6 meter. The antenna changed to the 5 elements 6 meter Yagi. So as you can see, it changed automatically. Let's go back to the JTDX. As you can see here, there's no station at the moment on 6 meter. It's not strange. 6 meter is already falling down lately here at the DR. We normally get local stations or South America stations. Okay, so not much to see in 10 meters. Let's go to 40 meters. I normally go back, see that everything changed. The antenna is back to where to the Explorer, which is 40 meters antenna. A quick tune button just to make sure. Back to JTDX and see. Let's see if we can get some new DXCC or anything interesting. As you can see, a lot of our station, Alpha 6 station, European, Russia, Denmark, France. No new DXCC. Bosnia, Bulgaria, Italy, France, Netherlands, Australia. As you can see, I get east, west, north, and south without any issue. Let's call a quick CQ and see who comes back. There's a Christmas station, special station, Papa India 25. Let's see if we can pick it up. Papa India 26, Christmas. Here it is. See if I can work that special station. Once it finishes with the Spain station, then he's currently working. Okay, that's an interesting question. Let me put it back in the so everybody can see it. Do you have your remote station for use by other hobbyists or for receiving and monitoring? Unfortunately, not, because the DR law prohibits that somebody outside the Dominican Republic operates a station in the Dominican Republic unless that operator has a valid license in the DR, which means you have to have a Dominican amateur radio license in order to operate a station located in the Dominican Republic. So now I won't be able to allow other operators outside the DR to operate the station. It will be good, a very good experience, but so far the law prohibits. Okay, no log. Let's see now if I can work him. Let me see in the waterfall if I can find another quick open space. Change transmitting frequencies if he can pick me up. If not, I'll be moving on from and go back to, let's stop transmitting for a second. Yeah, I'm sending signal without any issue. So it's just that he's not copying me or he's working other stations right now. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. Let's give him one last call. If not, I'm moving back to maybe try 20 meters now. See if there's anything interesting in 20 meters before I call it and get QRT. No, he's working other stations right now. Let's move to right now 40 meters. Antenna stays in Explorer 14, antenna number 3, because that's the one I use for 20 meters as well. Normally, when I change frequencies or I change bands, the TGXL remembers the last tune configuration, but I normally hit a quick tune. As you can see, 1.08 on 20 meters. I get back to the JTDX window. There's another POTA station. Okay, another POTA station from Texas. Kilo November 5, Yankee Victor Juliet. Let's see if anyone calls CQ, any POTA station calling CQ so I can work them. Okay, so no CQs from POTA stations. Let me then call a quick CQ myself. See if I can work a couple stations before I go. I also have a lot of different ways that I can operate my remote station. I can do it like I'm doing right now, connecting using AnyDesk, connecting to my remote station computer, the Mac computer. I also can instead use AnyDesk to connect to the Windows PC computer and use that computer, which will then sync everything with my Mac. So both computers are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 367 days a year. So everything is up and running 24 hours. Yeah, right now I'm normally I operate way less than 100 watts, but I was doing some phone QSOs earlier and I forgot to change it. I will leave it at like that, but when I'm using a FT8, I run less than 50 watts. Unless I'm working on station, D expedition or something, ADNO or something like that, want the DXCC. Like I said, I can use the Windows PC, I can use the Mac Mini. In the case of the Flex Radio, I can also connect to the Flex Radio using my iPhone from wherever I'm at. I also can use my MacBook Air computer to connect to the Flex Radio, or also my iPad to connect to the Flex Radio. And then I can use the Flex Radio and the TGXL and Antenna Genius applications through the iPad iPhone or MacBook Air, so I can operate fine that way also without connecting to the computer. I can do phone contacts using my earpods without issue. So I can either use any of the two PCs or connect it directly to the radio. So that's all the ways I can do to operate remote into my station. What's the Raspberry Pi used for? Well, I have the Raspberry Pi at the remote station with the Node-RED flows. Node-RED, which is a programming language, allows you to do a lot of automatations and a lot of operations through the Raspberry Pi, like the window I showed earlier. Let me bring it back up quickly. This is this dashboard is a Node-RED dashboard, which is running on the Raspberry Pi. That's the main work for the Raspberry Pi, is to operate the Node-RED flows, so I can work with it. Also, I can connect to the Raspberry Pi or to Node-RED, regardless of no matter where I am. I can be in another city, in another country, and I can connect to the Node-RED flow and Node-RED dashboard and use it to control also my station. And secondary, I sometimes use the Raspberry Pi also to display a ham clock. I'm not sure it will show up because there you go. I also have the ham clock installed in the Raspberry Pi. So sometimes I display these just for fun using the Raspberry Pi. There was one time that when I first got the Raspberry Pi, I did use it as the shack PC for about 1 month. You can use the Raspberry Pi to operate WSJTX. They have a login software for Raspberry Pi, which is CQR log. Works very fun, very good. It's a very strong software. You can operate your radios using FLDG and FL-Rig, also with the Raspberry Pi. So I did operate for testing, just for testing and for fun, like 1 month using just my Raspberry Pi. So I use it right now. I use it for automatations and so operations, but you can have it as your main shack computer as well. Like I said, with FL-RIG and FL-DG, you can control almost every radio. You have a login software, CQR log, and you have WSJTX, JTDX, and if I'm not mistaken, Grid Tracker is also able to run on the Raspberry Pi. So you have almost all set of software able to run your Raspberry Pi. Okay, so 10 meters is quite good. I just made some Romania, Iceland, Spain, South Africa, USA. So I'm getting all kind of stations right now. Remember that I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the year's end. So all your subs are really appreciated. Okay, we have a French station right now. Let's work France. Here you go, France is in the log. Okay, let me see if I can, once I complete this QSO, I will stop transmitting, see if I can find anything else to show you before calling this stream as complete. So when I'm done making QSOs, what I normally do is go back to MacLogger DX and verify that everything is logged okay. Let me see if no one else will call me, so I can move on from the window and not leave any. Here you go. I don't like to leave anyone calling me without replying. Like I was saying, I normally go to a MacLogger DX window. As you can see, this is all the contacts we've been doing while we were streaming. All of them already uploaded to Log of the World, as you can see there. Done automatically without me having to do anything. So MacLogger DX goes, save the QSO and upload it to Log of the World itself. Meanwhile, QRZ is also logging everything as well, as you can see there. Let's get back here. Yeah, a lot of people calling me. KD2ZSW. There's also another feature from Grid Tracker. Let me see if I can quickly activate it. Let's see, I'm looking for it. I don't see it right now. Let's get back to the QSO. Like I was saying, there's a feature in Grid Tracker that once you reply to a station, it will pop up the information for that content. Let's see if I can find it right here. Very quickly. Go back to the settings. Okay, here you go. Open lookup on transmit, close lookup after login. That was it. There you go. I have that station calling me. And if I, let me get back to, as you can see there, it will pop up the information of the station calling. Let me put it right here, for example, so you can see it. It will close once the QSO is made. It will close itself, and it will open when I transmit first. So I lost the station. Let's stop transmitting, close this window there. Let me check on the Discord server if I have any comments from Discord. No comments. Okay, so I will be closing down this stream for the moment. It's 50 minutes, so it's almost an hour. I will thank you very much for your spending this time with me, walking through my setup, and I was very happy to be able to answer some of the questions on the chat. I will be doing this kind of streams more often right now, and also I just started a series of quick shorts videos on tips and tricks for the different software that I use, which is JTDX, Grid Tracker, MathLogger DX, and etc. and so on and so on. For example, I just did a did you know tip for Grid Tracker earlier today. You can go to my channel and see that short, which is you want the FT4. Let's see. Let's move to FT4. Like I was saying, you can go to my channel and see a short video that I put up earlier today on a quick tip for Grid Tracker. Here you go. Now I'm FT4, as you can see there. Frequency is 14.080. I normally don't work FT4 that much. I prefer FT8. I don't know why, but normally I do prefer FT8. Let's call a quick CQ on FT4, see if I can pick up anybody before we hit the 60 minutes. I do a lot of FT8, not that much FT4. I do a lot of fun also. There you see the pop-up window with the information for the station. That's why I normally want to have more than one monitor, because there's a lot of information you can get while you are operating. See that the window just closed when the QSO was made. There's a lot of information that you can use to help in your operation. So the more monitors you have, the more space you have, the better. About Alpha 4 Oscar. Well, that's an Oscar. Hotel India 8 Oscar, but Alpha 4 Oscar as well. Obviously, FT4 is much faster, as you can see, but I'm not truly a FT4 fan. I do some SSB as well with the Flex Radio, but for that I use either my iPad or my iPhone with the regular Apple earbuds, which works very, very well. I don't do CW. I haven't been able to learn CW yet, but maybe sometimes in the future I can do some CW. I don't like computer-assisted CW, but I have done it just to work the Expedition or a new DXCC or something like that. As you can see, there's some Japan station, USA, Brazil, and Canada as well. Kilo Foxtrot 0 UR. Okay, I will stop transmitting, and I will wait a couple cycles, see if anybody else come back. If not, then I will close the transmission right away. If you want to see any specific information on any specific topic that you want to see on the channel, please let me know in the comments. If you use any of the software and you want some how-tos or any tips or whatever, I'm happy to help. Just let me know in the comment section, and I can come back directly to you or through a stream or a video, and I will be happy to assist. There's already some instructions videos on my YouTube channel for grid tracker, log forum, and Smart SDR for Windows as well. I'll be updating some of those videos while I'm changing configurations and equipment. I like to update those videos as well. Okay, so I will say 73 for now. Let me get back to the main window here. Okay, as you can see, there's a picture in the background of my station. Let me minimize this. You can see the 6400. You can see the 991, TGXL, Acon 600 amplifier that I don't have anymore, Antenna Genius, DCU2 rotator control, which is not working right now. I will be changing it for a rotator Genius, like I said. The monitors are up there, 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors, 2 for each computer. The computer is back there. You cannot see it, but it's there. And the Mac Mini wasn't at that moment at the station, so that's why you don't see the Mac Mini, but it's already there. And also, in case you missed the first time, there's a photograph of my antenna setup. You can see the dipole over there. It's a 6 meters to 160 meters end-fed dipole from DX Stream from Ultimax antennas. There you can see the Explorer 14 antenna with the 40 meters kit. You have the Delta 3 Whiskey dipole for 12, 17, and 30 meters. Over that is the 14 elements 2 meters antenna, and on top of them all is the 5 element 6 meter Yagi. That's the antenna I have at the moment at the station. So thank you everybody for watching and for being here. If you hit the team replay, hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe and share with everybody you know. So until next time, this is Hotel India 8 Oscar Kilo Bravo Sierra Mike Santiago from Hamworldonline. 73 everybody.